Okay, let's start. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ryusuke Kajiyama. I'm Principal Sales Consultant of MySQL. I'm responsible for the all Asia Pacific market. First of all, thank you everyone to join today's session. I really appreciate to be here and present MySQL strategy and also product roadmap. And also, I have to apologize one thing. I'm sorry I cannot speak local language Thai, so I'd like to proceed my session in English. However, if you have any questions during my session, or if my English is too funny now, please stop my session and please feel free to ask questions even during the session. I'm pretty much okay to stop my speech and answer your question. However, what I learned from before, sometimes people hesitate to ask questions during the session. I do understand that. So maybe after the session, I also accept the personal question personally. And also my email address is very long. ryusuke.kajiyama@oracle.com. That's my personal my email address. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask questions to me via email. Even after the sessions. So today we would like to have the mainly two topics. One is a strategy overview of MySQL in Oracle Corporation. And after this session, we will discuss more about tech side, technical side, MySQL 5.5. That's the newest major version of MySQL. Then before jumping to the main topics, I'd like to discuss first question. What is MySQL? What is MySQL? For some people, it is just a free database. That's a kind of signature of open source. But what we call MySQL is this. MySQL is the world's most popular open source database. That's what we explain what MySQL is. So MySQL now, the most popular, yes, it's used all over the world. We will see the more concrete examples who is using. But now MySQL is part of Oracle Corporation. By the way, MySQL was originally developed in year 1995, so it's more than 15 years ago MySQL was originally created. Since then, MySQL developers team are also providing commercial technical support to the users of MySQL. So MySQL from the beginning, it is an open source database, but also you can get technical support as a paid basis. Okay, so we started MySQL development from 1995, and year 2008, the company named Sun Microsystems purchased MySQL. Then MySQL became part of Sun Microsystems, and year after, Oracle Corporation announced buying Sun Microsystems. It took like I believe it's like 9 to 10 months to get approval from each government for the merger of Oracle and Sun Microsystems because of MySQL. Because Oracle Corporation already has a database, Oracle database. And MySQL is the most popular open source database, so which means one company, Oracle Corporation, will have the proprietary, or I should say, closed source Oracle database. It's number one database in the market right now, and also open source database MySQL. So some government concern. But we have clear strategy in Oracle Corporation how we treat MySQL or how we can collaborate together, Oracle database and MySQL. Let me explain those details in later slides. If you're familiar with Oracle's presentation, I believe you already saw this slide before. Oracle Corporation is trying to cover from storage server hardware layer to up to middleware and software with our solution. We try to provide integrated platform to customers. So build together, test together, and also try to manage everything with a single solution. That's our Oracle's strategy. However, it does not mean Oracle try to cover everything by ourselves. Oracle is really working hard on open. The one of the open is open standard, like Unix open standard definition defined by the open group, or WSI, which decides the standard protocols of the web XML web service. Of course, JCP, Java Community Process, is another one to decide some industrial standard. So Oracle invests a lot of workforce into the industrial standard, open standards. Then, this is still just an industrial standard, but Oracle is also a big contributor to open source. Of course, some of these logos are coming from Sun Microsystems. However, like OpenOffice, this is originally coming from Sun Microsystems. And the Glassfish, NetBeans, those are coming from Sun Microsystems. But even before Oracle purchased Sun Microsystems, Oracle is known as one of the big contributors in Apache organization, like Apache HTTP server or Tomcat or some other products. Oracle engineers contributed a lot. There are a number of other projects, such as formerly known as Oracle Enterprise Linux. Today we call Oracle Linux. We will Enterprise from this distribution name, but still, we contributed a lot into the file system, source code, and then also our patches, number of patches related to storage related or disk I/O related stuff is part of main Linux kernel tree. Of course, those are licensed under GPL. We don't really insist on make as a proprietary source code. No, it's open source. Of course, it's a Linux kernel. We invest a lot into the validation, and also we are working as a Linux Foundation board member. We are also recognized as a committee members, the board member of Linux Foundation. We commit to invest into open source. It's mainly for the Linux, but not only one product. Oracle VM is a virtual machine for the virtual machine on servers. The Oracle VM server for x86 is based on open source solution Zen. We are not only free riding on Zen, we invest our engineer to work on open source version of Zen, of course, and we have some additional features around make it our product, as our product. We still keep open source product for desktop, Oracle VM for desktop, so-called VirtualBox. This was originally coming from Sun, but we still keep these ones as open source solutions. Then, one big news even for our team, MySQL team, was currently MySQL organization in Oracle is so-called MySQL Global Business Unit, which is completely independent business unit from Oracle database, Fusion middleware, or hardware from Sun Microsystems. Well, they're on the other side. We are independent organization from those ones. However, we recently invited team members from Oracle VM and also the Oracle Linux team into MySQL. It's a very unique scenario because MySQL team was purchased by Oracle. However, we invited people from Linux team and VM team. Now, in the global team, we call
Oracle Open Source and VM team, or Oracle Open Source and VM Business Unit. We are working independently from other divisions of the Oracle Corporation. Okay, then let's come back to slide of this one. As I mentioned, Oracle tried to cover from storage to application with our solution. However, one solution does not meet requirements of everyone. For example, we still keep alternatives in server, x86 Intel AMD based hardware plus Spark hardware. How about middleware? We still keep the WebLogic as a Oracle WebLogic and also Glassfish as an open source solution. Operating system, Solaris and Linux. So we keep a lot of alternatives each layer to meet the requirements of the all systems or all customers. That's a part of the reason Oracle recognized MySQL as an important component in Oracle whole product portfolio. Sometimes Oracle database does a great job in some applications. However, web-based applications, custom application is mainly used within your company or maybe within some part of the organization, part of a company, departmental apps itself, and also embedded application. MySQL does much better job because Oracle database has a number of features. However, it requires big hardware. However, MySQL sometimes smaller number of features can be smaller than Oracle database, yes, but it doesn't require much big hardware. Like if you want to run MySQL in small environment, maybe the 64 megabytes main memory is pretty much good enough to store the MySQL. How about hard disk? Hard disk drive? Other than data itself, the software requires like less than 200 megabytes, no gigabyte, megabytes. So the MySQL is really portable and small and lightweight, and I also say it's easy to use, easy to manage. So there are a number of places Oracle database can fit, but also there are a number of places MySQL can fit. Let me explain. Let me show you some evidence for that one later. Oracle recognized MySQL as an important component, and Oracle Magazine, this is a magazine Oracle Corporation in the United States published to customers of Oracle products. Then January edition of this year, the cover page, the main topic was MySQL, which means the customers who received this magazine from Oracle Corporation realized, hey, Oracle is pretty much serious about MySQL. Because if Oracle Corporation decided to stop MySQL business or kill MySQL, they shouldn't do this because the customer will be confused. However, Oracle Corporation decided MySQL as a key component in the product portfolio, and the cover page of a magazine was MySQL. So this is pretty much big announcement, even for our team. Yes, Oracle is pretty much serious about MySQL. And how? How serious? This is a commitment to the customers, users, partners, community of MySQL. Oracle invest money into MySQL to make MySQL a better MySQL. MySQL is already known as a #1 platform for the web applications. We enhance features, functions of MySQL. We enhance the technical support of MySQL to cover worldwide. Because currently MySQL technical support is only provided in English. Of course, we can provide 24/7 technical support, but we do understand the requirements of the local language technical support. Especially this market. Yes, we do understand local language support is key to success. So we're expanding our technical support together with Oracle Corporation's support structure. It's a benefit. We became part of big organization because Oracle already has a big infrastructure. We jumped on that one. We leveraged the structure of Oracle's technical support infrastructure. However, it can be the most important commitment from Oracle Corporation to everyone is this one. MySQL Community Edition. We keep this one as it is. We enhance, of course, we enhance this one, community version. It's a free product for everyone, licensed under GPL. We keep to deliver source code and binaries of the MySQL Community Edition. Another commitment to the existing Oracle, mainly for the existing Oracle product customers. Oracle product will support MySQL. For example, Golden Gate is already complete. CY means the calendar year, which means this year. CY 2011, Oracle Enterprise Linux and VM will support MySQL. It's already done, actually. Secure Backup, Audit Vault, and Enterprise Manager. Those tools will support MySQL, which means if you're using both Oracle database and MySQL, you can manage or you can control backup. You can check the security information like auditing. You can use a single solution, single product to cover every single database. Other than these products, such as Oracle WebLogic, Java Application Server, or BI tools of Oracle Corporation, those tools, every single tools will cover MySQL. So that's a big, another evidence. Oracle Corporation decided to continue MySQL business. Because if Oracle decided to keep MySQL business a small one, they don't have to support MySQL. But Oracle Corporation have to invest money not only to MySQL, they have to add more money or developers to expand these products to support MySQL. So that's pretty much good news for the MySQL team, because we can expect a bigger customer base. But also if you're already using MySQL and the Oracle database, yes, DBA will be helped with these solutions. Oracle Corporation has operating systems Solaris and Oracle Linux. It's our own distribution. But we continue to support or to be supported on other Linux distribution like Novell, SUSE, or Red Hat, Solaris, or Mac OS X, and Windows. We keep optimization to those platforms. Now Oracle owns Java. However, the LAMP stack is the most commonly used combination of together with MySQL. LAMP stands for the Linux, Apache, MySQL, and P language, some people call PHP, Power Python. So we optimize to these programming languages. So Ruby is also growing rapidly, and also C, C++, or even .NET programming languages. We optimize our product to multiple programming languages. Who's using MySQL today? The MySQL is widely used in web world. This ranking was created by a website named Alexa, A-L-E-X-A, I believe, Alexa. They create a ranking of a website every single month, every single year. So this ranking was created, I believe this one was like last summer or sometime, I forgot. But anyway, it's pretty much recent information. There are top 20 websites. 18 of top 20 websites are using MySQL. That includes a number of Googles, by the way, like Google US, Google. This GE must be the DE must be the Germany, HK Hong Kong, but actually Chinese people are using this one because Google was kicked out from mainland China, so people are using in Hong Kong, UK, and India. What else? Well, that's pretty much for the Google. Oh, by the way, Google search engine. Okay, search engine of Google is not using MySQL. They have their own database. It's not even our DBMS. They have their own technology. However, how Google earn money is mainly from advertisement. We don't know the details because they didn't tell us details. But one thing we know is advertisement platform of Google is based on MySQL. They're big user of MySQL and also they're big contributor to MySQL. Then there are a number of websites running with MySQL, like number 2, Facebook. They are also one of the largest customer of MySQL. Facebook is running about 2,000 and 3,000 MySQL servers. It's one of the largest implementation we know. Between 2,000 and 3,000. Why number is that much, rough number? Because if you had a 2,000, 3,000 physical servers, every single day, your server will be broken. So the number is just a rough number, but still, this is one of the largest implementation in the world. Who are also customers of MySQL? The web is the largest target market of MySQL, and also the SaaS hosting, or today we call cloud computing platform providers. Those are also big target market because MySQL is really compact and also is designed for the scaling out, adding more components, expand your data performance and also the data capacity. MySQL is pretty much well designed. The number of cloud computing environment providers. Some people call as a PaaS, platform as a service, or infrastructure as a service. Yes, it's just a marketing terminology. Still, some ASP SaaS hosting providers are using heavily rely on MySQL these days. Enterprise 2.0. Well, that's enterprise companies, organizations who learned from Web 2.0 companies. Web 2.0, they start a business from a small number of users, but it grows huge. And also, they don't have much money at the beginning. They cannot invest too much money to a system. However, they can start a business, and also they can grow huge, just like Facebook. Companies, organizations who learn from those Web 2.0 company IT infrastructure, they love to use open source. Some Japanese bank named Shinsei Bank, they are using MySQL as a CRM, customer relationship management infrastructure. And also big use case happened in Sweden. Swedish police, they replaced every single database to MySQL. They could replace they could reduce huge amount of the IT investment. Now they can purchase lots of new police car. So those are, however, there are a couple common technology behind. Web, SaaS hosting, Enterprise 2.0. Everyone is using web-based application. Web, MySQL is designed for web. As from the beginning, MySQL is designed for web. There are a number of use cases in the web application. We keep those focus on web-based application. However, there are another big box right here. MySQL is also widely used in, we call OEM, but a packaged application. That's also a big target for MySQL. For example, the logo of Sage. Sage is a ERP package application vendor. They're using MySQL as a backend database, actually for a long time. There's another logo, and which must be you're really familiar with, Adobe. They're using MySQL in multiple applications, but you never realize MySQL is running behind, because MySQL is deeply embedded into their application. MySQL has a two-way to embed into application. One is just like as usual MySQL database server. So your application talk with MySQL server via TCP/IP, or maybe socket, Unix socket, or using the name of the piping on Windows. In that case, but MySQL is running as a server. However, you can run MySQL within your application process, because MySQL has a library named libmysqld. It's a library, or on the Windows it works as a DLL. You can embed MySQL within your application process. So you don't have to run another process named MySQL-D, which is a MySQL server, to communicate. Like Adobe, they embed within your application process. When you boot Photoshop or photo management application of Adobe, MySQL is also booted internally, but you'll never be able to see MySQL is running because it's running within the process of Adobe's application. So that's a unique, but for us, it's a really important industry area. Embed MySQL into application. Symantec is also another customer, which is not listed here, but it's a really famous use case for us. Symantec is embedding MySQL into their spam filter. There's also pretty much the same scenario with other ones, because you need some data repository, and you can do the data management with flat file if your data is not big. But if your data is growing, you need some way to search your data, analyze your data, and so on. Symantec is the one doing well with MySQL. But finally, telecommunication. It's pretty much similar discussion with embedded use or ISV. Cisco is the one doing very well together with SIP server, the IP phones. Then let's discuss more about product update. So last December, we made a big important announcement on MySQL. We released MySQL Server version 5.5. MySQL 5.5 is the newest major version of MySQL that a big change, important announcement on MySQL Server. First of all, if you are existing MySQL users or customers, InnoDB became default. If you're new to MySQL, MySQL supports transaction by default. Because previously, MySQL default storage engine was MyISAM, which does not support transaction. But now, InnoDB, which supports ACID compliant transaction, is the standard storage engine. Oh, by the way, what is storage engine? Do you know about storage engine of MySQL? Storage engine is a technology only available in MySQL. It's a unique feature of MySQL. You can change the behavior, characteristics, features of each table. You can decide the behavior or characteristics or features table by table. InnoDB supports ACID compliant transaction, foreign keys, and it has automatic crash recovery. But MySQL also has other unique storage engines, such as old one, MyISAM, which does not support any transaction, is a nice flat file replacement. If you're managing data with flat file but you encounter the performance issue, MyISAM can be the good workaround. Memory storage engine. That's also the unique one. Name sets. Because storage engine manages how to store data, where to store data. If you use the memory storage engine for one table, that table will be the in-memory database, while other tables can stay on disk. And with a single select statement, you can join in-memory database and disk-based regular database together. Because from application, how to connect to MySQL server, or what is the authentication layer, and also SQL statement, parser and optimizer. Those are commonly used MySQL server-wide. However, how to store data, it depends on storage engine. And there's another, my favorite storage engine, named Archive Storage Engine. You can add a new record and you can read it to the table which is using Archive Storage Engine. However, you cannot change data on the table which is using Archive Storage Engine. Or if I convert it into the SQL statement, you can run insert statement and a select statement. No one can update or delete data on that table, which is useful to create historical record or log archiving or security auditing purpose. Because data on that table, you are sure no one changed before. The record is created as it is. You can read it. That's a really unique storage engine. So there are a number of storage engines and also created by our partner companies like InfoBright, which is designed only for the data warehousing. Open source community is creating a bunch of unique storage engines. If you want, you can create your own storage engine by yourself. However, let's come back to MySQL 5.5. We will discuss more technical details with another presentation, but overview is here. Okay, so first of all, InnoDB became default. Number 2, performance became much better than before. Much better. I'll show you some evidence. Better CPU scalability than before. And also, performance of recovery became faster than before. Let's discuss details with other slides. High availability. We also added a new feature to the replication. Oh, by the way, replication of MySQL is a default feature and built-in feature of MySQL, which means even if you're using community version or lower edition of the paid commercial version, everyone can use replication. And also replication, we have like 10 years of history in the development of replication, which means pretty much matured feature. But we newly added a semi-synchronous replication. Let's discuss what it is in the next slide. Finally, well, these are just a minor enhancement, but if you love to create application with stored procedures, exception handling, signal, resignal will be important. Partitioning options. Previously, until MySQL 5.1, you can create partitions based on the integer columns. Now you can use other data types to create partitions. Finally, performance schema is only for the people who want to look into the details, internals of the MySQL. But if you need a detailed performance tuning, performance schema will be the key, which shows like how many connections, how many threads are waiting for the disk I/O, or what is the concurrent transactions, who is waiting for who else's lock in the InnoDB storage engine. So you can check those performance details with performance schema. How about performance? Yes, it's much faster. This is a benchmark running on Linux Federal 10. This is benchmark we are using Sysbench. That's a benchmark tool. And this test is read only. So we only sending selects. Comparing with MySQL 5.1 and 5.5, 5.5 shows much higher performance, especially we added more and more connections, concurrent transactions. So this is a result of read-only benchmark. How about read and write, mixed transactions? Blue line is MySQL 5.1, red line is 5.5. How about a peak performance, highest point? Yes, MySQL 5.5 is much higher than MySQL 5.1. How about adding more connections? Yes, MySQL 5.5 shows much higher performance than 5.1. By the way, there's another line on this slide, green one. If you are using 5.1, with some reason you cannot upgrade to 5.5, you can get some performance enhancement with storage engine. Because MySQL 5.1, by default, it's using InnoDB storage engine. Excuse me, you can use InnoDB storage engine in 5.1. But if you installed MySQL 5.1 as it is, it's using InnoDB. All you have to do is write 2 lines in configuration file. Don't use built-in version. Let's use plug-in version. 2 lines in configuration file. Now you can get instant performance enhancement from blue to green. Especially peak performance is different. Still MySQL 5.5 is much faster than 5.1 plus plugin. but this is an instant performance enhancement even if you're using MySQL 5.1. Then MySQL 5.5 is based on this technology, InnoDB plugin. Another product, MySQL Workbench. Have you ever used MySQL Workbench before? It's a free tool. You can download it for free. You can use it for free. Of course, it's open source. Workbench was originally for the data modeling. So when you create a schema, you have to do the visual design of the tables relationship, or you want to add more columns into table. You want to rename table, or you want to define the indexes on each tables. You can do it visually on MySQL Workbench. So MySQL Workbench was originally designed for that one. Then we integrated two more tools, MySQL Administrator for database administration, and also Query Browser, which is to create SQL statements to your application visually. Again, this is a free tool which runs on the Windows, on Linux, and also Mac OS X. Unfortunately, it cannot run on an iPad. I tried, but it doesn't work. But it's a really useful tool for the database application developers, designers. So please try to use this one, MySQL Workbench. We also have the commercial tool MySQL Enterprise Edition. Well, today it's not time to explain too much about my commercial products, but let me explain commercial product MySQL Enterprise Edition. Because MySQL 5.5 or MySQL Workbench, those are available in community version. We call community edition. Also available in commercial version. We call Enterprise Edition. As I mentioned, we release both MySQL community version, we release MySQL 5.5 in community version and also enterprise version. Then what is the difference between commercial version and the community version? Core database MySQL server is the same. We are saying MySQL server in community version and enterprise version. There's not much difference at all. However, things around database, those are available for the customer who paid money to us. For example, MySQL Enterprise Monitor. You can monitor multiple MySQL servers with a single web browser console, and also it has a nice feature named the Query Analyzer. Query Analyzer will list every single SQL statement in your MySQL server with information such as count, how many times those queries are executed, how many errors or warnings in the SQL statement, and the performance, execution time, how long it will take. Unique thing is, there's a graph on the top, like number of SQL statements in this diagram, but CPU utilization. For example, if you found some sharp spike of CPU usage at midnight or maybe or day before, you can drag and drop time slot you want to see. This tool will list only the time between here, all SQL statements in your environment. That's a tool, so-called MySQL Enterprise Monitor. So tools are available around MySQL Server, which is we call MySQL Enterprise Edition. MySQL Database is the core technology or core feature of MySQL Enterprise Edition, but still you can use an online backup tool named the MySQL Enterprise Backup, which do the online backup, which means your application will not be stopped during backup operation. MySQL Enterprise Monitor, you can monitor every single service in your environment with a single console. Workbench, yes, the most of the features of my Workbench is available in community free version. We added a minor differentiator in commercial version. Well, it's not big difference anyways. But finally, technical support is available only for the commercial version. technical support of MySQL is really unique because it's kind of funny for some people who are familiar with other software vendors' technical support. Our technical support engineers do not know the word named escalation. Most of the software vendors, support engineers says we have to escalate to the headquarters to know the details. However, MySQL technical support is really unique. If you want to be the technical support engineer of MySQL in our organization, you have to be able to read the source code of MySQL. You can understand the source code of MySQL, or you can modify, you can fix source code of MySQL. That's a criteria to become the support engineer of MySQL. So the first contact level, you are talking with a person who can provide support from the source code level. In addition to those criteria, MySQL support engineers are always working together with development team of MySQL. So if support engineer realized some technical issue is really complex or developer have to change or fix, they are always discussing each other on the chat because we have an internal chat system between support and developer. They are always on the same chat box. We are chatting every single time. There's some critical issues. They can easily talk to each other. So quality of MySQL technical support is recognized really high from the beginning, and also we can provide technical support from the source code level. Okay, that's pretty much everything for the overview. I'd like to move on to the more technical information. Next one can be more interesting for many people here, I believe. Okay, so this slide is more about technology update. Oh, by the way, I have to ask the people from Software Park how to, but I'd like to share presentation after the event. Let me check how to do it, but I'll try to share presentation to you guys. I have to remove a couple pages. Couple pages on this slide is only for people in this room, okay? You came to my session, so there are a couple slides I cannot share, but I will try to share most of the content after the event. Okay, so as I mentioned, Oracle invest money into MySQL. And we already saw some evidence, like MySQL 5.5 released last December, or MySQL Workbench, newest version is released last April, released under the control of Oracle Corporation. Okay, so already Oracle released number of enhancements of MySQL, enhanced version of MySQL products, and then also we are continuing enhancement of MySQL. So let's see what we have done, and also we are doing these days. Oh, by the way, in our presentation, we often said GA. GA stands for generally available. Pretty much equals to the production version. So if I said that MySQL 5.5 became GA, which means MySQL 5.5 is released as an official production version. We also have other versions like beta version, alpha version, but pretty much similar to other companies or other products. Okay, MySQL 5.5. Again, it's released last December. So this is the newest version of MySQL 5.5, MySQL Server. And last night, our time, we released our first bug-fixed version of MySQL 5.5. Minor version number is 5.5.9. So 5.5.9 is the newest version of MySQL Server today. There were a couple minor bug fixes, but there were not much critical ones. But that's our first bug fix version of the MySQL 5.5. Anyways, there are a number of enhancements in performance. Main enhancements of MySQL 5.5 is performance and scalability. So what we have done is like this. The number of enhancements there, and one of these are not main enhancements. Every single enhancements looks like minor performance enhancements, but in total we could achieve huge performance enhancements. But there are a couple characteristics in these enhancements. First of all, we have two different components in performance improvement: InnoDB, MySQL. Yes, InnoDB is part of MySQL, yes, but if you know the history of MySQL, MySQL has a big problem, issue in year 2005. Year 2005, the company who originally developed InnoDB, actually the InnoDB and MySQL was a separate company before, and the company who developed InnoDB was purchased by a company named Oracle Corporation. At that time, in 2005, MySQL did not have any transactional storage engine other than InnoDB. So if Oracle Corporation decided to close the company who developed InnoDB storage engine company, at that moment the company was named Innobase. If Oracle wanted to kill MySQL, they could do 5-6 years ago. Because if Oracle Corporation shut down whole business of the InnoDB company, Innobase, MySQL does not have any transactional engine, which means MySQL cannot support transaction. Does it database? No. It's useless product. However, since year 2005 till 2010, 5 years, Oracle Corporation invest money into InnoDB. Oracle Corporation provided most important component of MySQL from Oracle to MySQL. So if you did not know this story, you feel like, is Oracle killing MySQL because Oracle can shut down right away? Actually, no. We already saw some commitment, but also if Oracle wanted to kill MySQL, they could do 5-6 years ago, but they didn't. Then today, what happened today is the MySQL and InnoDB. Previously, we were in the separate companies, different companies. Now we came under one roof. Our development team, MySQL, actually we integrated them, InnoDB team to MySQL team. So again, we were purchased by a big company, but we invited people from that side. It's a very unique thing happens in the M&A. However, the motivation of development team was, became so high. Then honestly to say, this is not the list we were originally planning to implement in MySQL 5.5. There were so many things, too many things to include in 5.5. But we prioritized to release MySQL 5.5 in year 2010 because there are so many requirements from customers. So we released the first version of the product under Oracle as 5.5. This is still limited number of features we wanted to enhance. We already started the next version of products, focusing on performance. Then, again, come back to this slide. Okay, so storage engine layer and the whole MySQL server layer. There are two layers in MySQL. So we've enhanced both layers. And there are a number of common words like here, mutex, or lock, or this one is still mutex, locking, mutex everywhere. We try to reduce number of internal locks in the source code level, C or C++ source code level. We try to remove internal locks to enhance performance. And also we separated memory buffer area to multiple components to improve the concurrency of the transactions. So there are a number of enhancements in the lock remove and also multiple memory area. That's the main discussion for this whole list. But in total, we see the number of big performance enhancements. Whoops. This is pretty much same slide we saw already, but there's a minor change. Yes, this one is using a bit newer version. So read and write benchmark, we are seeing a much better performance than previous one. But again, the peak performance is much higher than 5.1. But a more important thing is adding more concurrent connection, much better performance than before. So this is one big enhancement. What else? One more. CPU scalability. Today's trend in the hardware is having more CPU cores. However, MySQL 5.1 had a huge problem in CPU scalability. So higher is better, that's a transaction per second. But here's 4 cores, 8 cores, 12, 16 cores. In the theory, the more CPU core, better performance. However, if you are using MySQL 5.1, my 8 cores CPU shows bit better performance than 4 cores, but only this much. You added 4 CPU more, 4 cores more. You doubled the number of CPU cores. Performance is enhanced this much. The problem is, how about 12 cores or 16 cores? Slower than 4 CPU cores. That's a problem we recognized before in MySQL 5.1. We have to fix it. Yes, we fixed. We are still using a bit old versions. Those are not GA versions. Those were beta version. But we already fixed most of the problem issues of the CPU scalability in 5.5, and the GA version MySQL 5.5.8 shows much better CPU scalability than before. So this is another reason we recommend users to use MySQL 5.5 rather than MySQL 5.1. Another enhancement happened on Windows. MySQL is open source, so many people think like MySQL is mostly used on Linux because MySQL is open source, Linux is open source. However, more than 60% of users are running MySQL on Windows. Especially in development phase, MySQL is widely used on Windows. Then previously we didn't realize, even we did not know many people are using MySQL on Windows. We did a survey, we realized, and we also realized another important thing. MySQL on Windows was slow. If you had exactly the same hardware, if you change the Linux, and if you change only operating system level, same hardware configuration, MySQL on Linux shows much faster performance than MySQL on Windows. So we have to fix. Yes, we fixed those performance difference, and also we enhanced the installer of MySQL server to fit more like my native Windows application. This is the result. Again, using the same benchmark tool named Sysbench. This is a read-only benchmark, but a MySQL 5.1. Well, the peak performance. So the highest performance is pretty much the same. There's not much difference. However, if you added more and more connections, concurrent transactions, 5.1 became much slower. MySQL 5.5 does much better job. How about, okay, again, this one is a read-only. How about read and write? Mixed transactions. Peak performance is, I don't say it's doubled, but still it's 1.5 times faster than original performance of 5.1. The bigger problem was adding more connections. MySQL 5.0 was really slow. But we could fix those issues in MySQL 5.5. So especially if you are developing application on Windows, well, we recommend to use MySQL 5.5 even on Linux, but especially if your application is running on Windows. We strongly recommend to try MySQL 5.5, especially on Windows. Linux, Solaris, or other operating systems, of course, yes, but the Windows we strongly recommend. We also enhance the performance of crash recovery. InnoDB has crash recovery feature. Crash recovery, or if you're familiar with other RDB mask, roll forward recovery. In case of crash of your database and your data and your redo log survived those crash, and if you restart it, InnoDB will do the automatic crash recovery, roll forward recovery. Previously, MySQL 5.1, crash recovery is sometimes really slow. In this case, data size is only 10 gigabyte. Okay, database size is only 10 gigabytes. It's not huge. It's not small, but it's not huge. 10 gigabyte of data, and the read log file is only 4 gigabytes. 2 gigabytes of read log files. However, it took more than 3 hours to recover. It's crazy. Many people didn't realize this because they never tried to test crash recovery with real data. But we realized that sometimes causes a big problem in real business. So MySQL 5.5 removed so many problems or issues or bottlenecks, especially applying content of read log to data files. This is a part of result of enhancement of crash recovery. Okay, these are things related to the performance enhancement of MySQL 5.5. There's another important enhancement in replication. The MySQL replication, previously it only has asynchronous replication. We added a new replication feature we call semi-synchronous replication. Semi-synchronous replication improves the durability or reliability of the system. Let's discuss what's inside of the replication later. There are a number of additional enhancements, such as a heartbeat. This can be important in real world too. Slave checks existence of master occasionally. So checking master exists or not, and so on. It checks occasionally. That's a heartbeat. There are a number of minor enhancements. Most of them are only useful in a limited use case. Like first one is only useful if you are using role-based replication. But by default, MySQL is using a statement-based replication, so it won't be. It doesn't affect any about your environment if you're using statement-based replication. But let's focus on the first one, semi-synchronous replication, what it is. Semi-synchronous replication, by default, MySQL is using asynchronous replication. Then semi-synchronous replication is newly added. Let me use the other diagram to explain how it works. Okay, let's see. I guess this slide is okay, but MySQL replication is always called as a master-slave replication. It's always one way, okay, from master to slave. To use MySQL replication, you have to have a couple components in the configuration, but it's a few. On master, you have to have binary log. We usually call bin log. Binary log is pretty much the same equivalent to redo log in other database. Or sometimes I usually said bin log is pretty much equivalent to redo log plus archive log in Oracle database. But anyways, it contains every single transactions every single committed transaction will be written in binlog. Then, let's see how it works. So when your application committed your transaction, okay, send a commit to MySQL server, or if you're using MyISAM, every single SQL statement which changing data, delete, update, insert, whatever. Right after you execute it, it will be committed automatically, or if you're using InnoDB, you can send a commit at the end of a transaction. Okay? So you change something and you send a commit, master received your commit and whoops. It changing data. Also, it changes binlog in single action. That's the first step. So if you commit something, data will be changed, and also your transaction will be recorded into binlog. Then, if you are using asynchronous replication, master will respond back to your application. Done. Where's the replication? Replication happens sometime later. That's why we call asynchronous replication. Replication happens after application received a reply or response of a commit. Then within slave, actually to do the replication, slave have to connect to master and ask master to watch binlog. Then when master changes something, slave will receive all content of transactions and write into the log file named readlog on slave. At this moment, data is still old one. Your committed transaction is only written on binlog and relay log. Slave will apply content of relay log to data later. This is asynchronous replication. It was available until MySQL 5.1. Of course, you can do this on MySQL 5.5. By the way, default configuration of MySQL 5.5 replication is this one. Then we newly added semi-synchronous replication. Okay, let's see the difference between previous one and the new one. Okay, do the same thing. Okay, let's commit. Commit your transaction, then master will change data and the binlog in single action. The difference is next step. Before reply back to application, before respond back to application, master will push all changes to slave relay log. And once those transactions were recorded into relay log of slave, slave reply back to master. Finally, application will get a response of commit. This action is the difference between asynchronous replication and semi-synchronous replication. Let's discuss advantage and disadvantage of these two replications. First of all, if you are using semi-synchronous replication, what is the disadvantage comparing with previous one? Disadvantage. Let's discuss that one first. How about response time from application point of view? From application, if you are using old one, all you have to wait is master, right? From application, all you have to wait is master. However, if you're using semi-synchronous replication, you have to wait. Data transfer to slave, write into log file, network transfer back to master. It won't be long time, but response time can be slower than asynchronous replication. Why we implemented this? Because this one is more reliable. Why? When you receive the response of a commit, where is your transaction? After you receive the response of a commit, where is your transaction? your transaction is written in bin log of master and also relay log on slave. So right after you receive the response of commit, you are sure your transaction is here and there, at least two servers, at least on two servers. However, what happens on old one? You commit something, okay? From your application, you commit something, and you got a response of commit succeeded. Which means application should think about, okay, so my transaction was, my previous transaction was successful, everything was changed properly. However, if master was killed with some reason, master crashed with some reason, before replication happens, what's going to happen? From point of view of application, I thought my transaction was succeeded, but data gone. It's a big problem. However, using new replication, semi-synchronous replication, you are sure your transaction is right here. This is a benefit of using semi-synchronous replication. It's more durable, reliable than before. Because previously, asynchronous replication is focusing on performance enhancements. You may lose your final transaction in case of failure of master. So I don't say which is the best solution. It depends on your requirements. But now you can use semi-synchronous replication, MySQL's built-in feature, as a truly high availability configuration, high availability solution for your application. By the way, another benefit is you don't have to use any shared disk to create high available environment with MySQL. But finally, why the name of this replication is kind of weird? Why we are saying this semi-synchronous, not synchronous replication? Because right after your application received a reply of commit, data is not changed yet. That's the reason we are saying semi-synchronous replication. This is one thing you have to be careful. Your application have to be careful. Because data will be changed sometime later. It depends on how slave is busy. Actually, there's one internal thread is always watching relay log. And if someone changes relay log, it will execute a SQL statement back into data that depends on how busy slave is. Sometimes there will be some delay. For example, your SQL statement, okay, update something. It changes median rows. It takes 5 seconds, okay? It takes 5 seconds to change on master. It will take at least 5 seconds on slave to change data. To complete update, it takes at least 5 seconds if spec is the same. So that's the reason your application have to be careful, because right after you commit, okay, you commit transaction, got a response, then your application feel like, okay, let's check the status of slave. Data can be still old. So your application have to care about those things. But depends on application, it's pretty much okay. We are seeing a number of use cases of this one in real world. For example, like in-company portal system. You don't have to care about, seconds difference or 1 minute difference between master and slave in the in-company portal. It's not critical. How about learning management system? Students committed some chain application, students applied something. Okay, I would like to take this course. Does he check slave right after to read that information? No, yes and no. But at least your application says your request is accepted. It will be applied on the screen some minutes later. It can be acceptable for some application. Learning management system is okay. In-company portal is okay. CRM sometimes is good enough. So that's the reason you can think about to utilize semi-synchronous replication available in 5.5. That's a big enhancement in MySQL 5.5. Okay, so performance enhancement, replication, those are main discussion of MySQL 5.5 enhancement. I'd like to conclude. I'd like to finish my presentation with a future of 5.5. Future of MySQL. This will be the last slide of the day. Oops, this is only Windows. Excuse me. So we released MySQL 5.5, but we are planning to lots of enhancements. Performance, we can do lots of enhancements because we are planning so many enhancements. Too much for 5.5. But there's so many lists like optimization for the subqueries of MySQL, performance enhancement for the views. BKA, batch key access is so-called, it's a batch operation, fetching bulk data in bulk operation. That improves performance mainly on joins. Security enhancements. Right now MySQL has an internal user management system using the user table in MySQL database, MySQL scheme and so on. We are planning to utilize LDAP, Microsoft AD, as an authentication system for MySQL. Auditing, capturing system will be integrated into MySQL. And also, auto table, auto index will be online. This is the things we are planning this year, next year. So MySQL is still working on so many enhancements. If you have any request on the feature enhancement on MySQL, please let us know. We are waiting for the feedback from you, like who using MySQL day by day. Finally, the last thing, integration with Oracle products. I already explained Golden Gate, audit tool, security backup, secure backup, Oracle Enterprise Manager, but also Fusion middleware like WebLogic, BI products of Oracle will support. Some are already supporting MySQL. So we are receiving so many questions about MySQL in Oracle. Is Oracle killing MySQL? But I hope now you feel comfortable to continue to use MySQL even if MySQL became part of Oracle product. Yes, we are enhancing product day by day. We have a bunch of lists to enhance, and Oracle invests money into MySQL. Okay, so that's pretty much everything for my session. Thank you for attending. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.
Okay, great.